I m38 just found out my wife f36 is cheating on me. What's next?
Throw away because my wife knows I follow this subreddit. TLDR, I found out my wife is cheating with one of her guy friends, and confronted her about it. I want to leave her now, but we have a 1-year-old daughter. My wife, f36, and I, m38, have been married for 2 years with a 1-year-old daughter. Our marriage had its ups and downs, and we're in the middle of a huge fight for a week now, but it never occurred to me she might be having an affair. She left her phone on the kitchen table and left to put our daughter to bed. I saw a notification from one of her friends who lives abroad saying he misses her with heart emojis. She uses heart emojis when talking to all her friends, so I wanted to ignore it, but, maybe because we were fighting, I unlocked the phone and read the last few messages. They're having a full-on affair for weeks, if not longer. They're even planning to meet up in Europe next year when my wife and I are on vacation there. I confronted her as soon as she came back into the kitchen. The only thing she said is, "Are you surprised?" And then got pissed. I unlocked her phone. I admit that's a violation of privacy, even though she reads my messages and is always suspecting me of cheating. I calmly told her this is over and she should start looking for divorce attorneys. I then went out for a short walk, it's freezing where I live, and came back to ask the internet for advice. My daughter is my top priority. I'll just do anything to put her in the best situation. If you're a divorced dad/mom with kids, do you have any advice for me? Do you regret ending the marriage, or do you regret sticking around for the kids? Should I wait till she's older? I'm so angry right now, but I want to make the best decision for her.
Divorced dad with a young daughter here. You'll be fine. It's much easier than you think. The relationship with your daughter might become even stronger. You'll meet many single parents, and most importantly will have a new start with much more control over your life. You will do it. The hardest part is separating. Dealing with your ex, etc. If you're both adults and mature with your daughter's best interest in mind, that should be painless. Good luck, and don't hesitate to contact me if you have questions.
Do not stay legally, but not emotionally, married just for your daughter. It won't make anything better. Your daughter will pick up on all the stress between the two of you. I certainly wouldn't stay married and miserable just to have the appearance of being a family. Best of luck to you. You deserve to be happy too. Don't stay just for your kid. Also, you don't want her to see yours and the wife's relationship and think that's what a relationship should be.
Given the timeline, I'd get a paternity test. It sucks. But you can't discount that possibility. As to your marriage, it's dead. This was likely an exit affair. Given her reaction once confronted, someone concerned about their marriage would be crying up a storm and begging for forgiveness, etc. Her callous response is refreshing, since you get to avoid the whole "is she remorseful or not" phase. Look up and implement the 180. And give it a few days in order to properly process what happened. Reach out to friends and family for support and to set the narrative going forward. Once you've processed it, get a lawyer and try and have an amicable divorce. Staying with an unremorseful cheater for the kids is moronic. Given her callous response, she clearly isn't in love with you anymore. I'm guessing she justified her affair by making you out to be the bad guy in her head. And it got to the point where she actually started believing it. No one likes to admit they're a puss. Easier to blame your spouse and play the victim. Don't stay together for kids. It's usually better for them to not witness a bad marriage than to have two happy, separated, divorced parents. Better to do it now when she's younger than to see her parents unhappy and think that's normal. Find a lawyer now.
Lawyer and STD test.
Staying in a marriage for the child and not the marriage never makes a happy home. Your wife's response to being confronted, I think, shows this seems beyond repair. Couples counseling might be a useful tool to help make the divorce as peaceful as possible and help you develop a co-parenting system. Do everything with the courts though. Get a legal and formal custody agreement, including child support. Even if things seem amicable, it's important then for you and your child. I'm sorry this happened and good luck. I'm a product of staying together for the kids and it doesn't work. I hated my childhood so much and was happy they finally divorce. Keep the divorce clean. No arguments in front of your kid. No bad mouthing, etc. And live your life with her. Talk to a good lawyer and document anything you can.
Try to get proof she's having an affair. It'll make divorcing her easier legally. It'll be messy for a bit no matter what, but your daughter will thank you in the long run.
Leave. Sort out custody in court. Once that door is open, it's open forever, and it'll only get easier and easier for her to go through it. I tried so many times to salvage a relationship after an affair, and every time they cheated again. I know it hurts and I know it's going to be hard, but it's better this way, trust me. I'm sorry. Find an attorney fast because she will. Don't be surprised if your attorney says DNA. The fact that she basically stated you shouldn't be surprised speaks volumes. Do not leave that house until you've spoken to an attorney. Breathe. Breathe. Relax. Breathe. Stop with the urgency. It's no help. This situation is already moving. You already know what you must do. Breathe. Understand that you have value. That you don't deserve a cheating spouse. Your daughter is so young that what transpires will just be regular. I'm sorry, Brutha. I really am. Do what you know you need even though it's scary. She made the decision for you. Get an ATI ASAP and file. File first. Never stay together for the kids. Resentment is going to build in the relationship if you do. See about your state's adultery and alienation laws. There is a good chance that if you file first, you can walk away with full custody. Next, I want to address this. The only thing she said is, "Are you surprised?" And then got pissed. I unlocked her phone. I admit that's a violation of privacy, even though she reads my messages and is always suspecting me of cheating. That is not okay. She doesn't get to go through your phone and get pissed because you did it to her. That's a double standard. Violation of privacy doesn't matter here anymore. She set that precedent, and now that it's being used against her, she doesn't like it. You are not the problem here. And do not let her make you feel like you are. What she's doing here is called deflecting. You confronted her, and she really had the nerve to ask you if you were surprised. That's her trying to turn everything around on you by insinuating that it's your fault that she's cheating. Don't let her convince you to stay because she might. Don't let her make you the bad guy. And again, you need to be the first to file. Best of luck. Edit. Grammar and misspellings. Get a good lawyer. I recommend putting a clause on the child custody agreement that she cannot bring men back to her home when your daughter is there. There are also clauses about how long she'd have to wait to introduce someone she is dating to your daughter. Of course, anything applies to you too. But because she is already cheating with someone, I'd want to add something. Maybe work with your attorney to get full custody. Though it can be difficult, so you might only get 50-50. I don't think you should wait. She is already cheating and doesn't seem to care. You shouldn't leave your home. Though, that's something lawyers always say. Maybe move to another bedroom or to your kid's bedroom to get some space. Lawyer, lawyer, lawyer. And get checked for STIs. Paternity test. STD test. Lawyer. People. And update all accounts so she doesn't have access. Get evidence she's having an affair. See if it's legal to record her admitting it. Do everything though the courts. Keep all documentation in a safety deposit box at the bank with only your name. Let them know you are divorcing that cheater. Explain you side to absolutely everyone. This lady will try to demonize you. I have seen people straight up make up abuse. Think Amber Heard style. So everyone is on their side. Witten how unremorseful and cold she was. I strongly suspect this is the case. DNA test. Get an attorney and establish a custody agreement that states she can't move out of the country without your permission. Daughter of divorced parents. Divorced more than one time. Here. My father cheated on my mother when I was less than 5Y and she divorced him for the first time around +7Y. Later they try again and separated after a few years. Then got back together after 2Y, separated and are still together for almost 13Y. In the first divorce they didn't let me notice their fights or one talking bad about the other. To tell you the truth, I don't remember them being married at all, so I don't have any trauma caused by the divorce. The second and third time I was older and noticed the fights. And that's what bothered me the most. The divorce was a relief after all the arguments. I told my mom one time that one of the most important thing that she and my dad teach me was that I should never stay in a relationship that is not working. Not even if I have kids. And that you never stay for fear of having the burden of being the primary caretaker of the children's. My mother was a mom for 4 kids and she didn't hesitate in divorce my dad. She suffered a lot to take care of us. But she knew would be a lot to stay with him after what he did. The best thing for your daughter is that her parents are happy. And this doesn't mean you need to stay married. And remember, we live in a society where a shared custody doesn't mean you only see your kid during the weekend. Be happy, and a good co-parent is what she needs from you. Never stick around for the kids. A broken home is an unhappy home. Not where the parents divorce. Kids pick up on the hostility. No matter how good you think you are at hiding it. She's also young enough that it won't be as hard an impact. This will free you both up to do some healing. Work toward healthy co-parenting. And eventually finding love. She has to be a good candidate for reconciliation. And she is failing already. The meetup during your planned trip is an extra level of disrespect to you. So, your mental health will suffer. And that will affect your daughter. It is better to be 2 good co-parents instead of 1 miserable unit. Contact a lawyer and tell the AP's significant other if there is one.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Heracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.